Putin sacks 8 generals in anger at slow progress in Ukraine invasion. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. The Ukrainian government has claimed that 8 Russian generals have been sacked over the slow and unsuccessful invasion of Ukraine by the Russian armed forces. Oleksiy Danilov, head of Ukraine Security Council, says 8 Russian commanders have been fired since the start of the conflict amid heavy losses on the battlefield. Another report alleged that Putin is annoyed with the leaders of the FSB security service for handing him intelligence suggesting that Ukraine was weak, riddled with neo-Nazi groups, and would give up easily if attacked. The Post read, Ministry of Defense, latest defense intelligence update on the situation in Ukraine, 10 March 2022. Okay. Philip Ingram, a former senior British intelligence officer, told the Times that Putin is obviously very angry and is blaming his intelligence agencies. He blames them for ceding him the advice that led to the poor decision-making in Ukraine, he said. That poor advice made the military to attack Ukraine less than optimally, leading to Russia suffering much higher casualties than is expected in its attack, a war which has exceeded 2 weeks. Danilov said Putin thought capital city Kyiv would fall within 2-3 days, which made him send allied forces to seize key targets during the opening days. It has not happened and never will, he said. Danilov said desperate Moscow has now switched to different tactics by changing leadership. They had about 8 generals removed from their posts because they did not complete the task, he told State TV. Also, in the report, another theory is that the organization did not gather good intelligence, but was simply too afraid to tell Putin the truth, instead doctoring the reports to appease him. The problem is that it is too risky for superiors to tell Putin what he does not want to hear, so they tailor their information, he said. They are now said to be making apocalyptic forecasts about the weeks and months ahead as fighting grinds on and punitive sanctions isolate the country. When asked how Russian politicians reacting to the crisis, one source told Rosamova they are carefully enunciating the word clusterfuck. No one is rejoicing. Men understand that this is a mistake, but in the course of doing their duty, they come up with explanation in order to somehow come to terms with it. Since Russian invasion of Ukraine began on February 24th, over 2 million Ukrainian refugees have fled as cities face shortages of food, water, heat, and medicine, with some having to resort to melting snow for water. You know, the issue with this one is, this particular issue, I don't even know what is true, because I now know that the same way Nigerian media plays with the toil with our intelligence, the same way the media is the same all over the place. The media is the same all over the place. They will come out and say this. Imagine them saying 8 generals have been sacked. Well, it might be true. It might not be true. It might be true. It might not be true. Well, at the end of the day, I don't know why. I don't know what exactly. I'm still trying to tell myself that Putin still has some humanity in him. That is what I keep trying to tell myself. I'm saying, no, this man, he still has some humanity. But with the past few days, especially the one that came that, he said that they should actually, evacuate a particular city, allow civilians to pass, that's evacuate. And then in the midway, they had to stop. That was when I said, no, this one is not, no, sincerely, no. Well, we can only hope that what happens in Ukraine at the end of the day, can only hope that everything turns out as in better, as in, somehow Ukraine gets to reconcile with Putin, and all this loss of lives, loss of infrastructure, loss of properties, lots of, a whole lot of things. It's a whole lot of loss they're dealing with. And the thing is, yes, Ukraine is also losing, but Putin is also losing as well. He's also losing as well. And the thing is, as this is even going on, sanctions are being done here and there to ensure that Putin, whatever he does is like they kind of try to, how do I even put it now? They try to come out and how am I going to even say it? They try to come out and sanction. Yes, exactly, sanction is the word. They try to bend him. He's unbendable. The man, Kai. The man, if the man is a meat, the man, you cannot chew him easily. You can't. You cannot. And unfortunately, this thing he's doing is causing a whole lot of loss. A whole lot. A whole lot. Believe anything you read online. How would Russia suffer more casualty than Ukraine? If Russia has lost a soul in this battle, it will be a military personnel. Now imagine same for Ukraine. Yeah, so exactly. I read this and all I can see is just propaganda. If the West really think like this, then they don't know what is in store for them. It's only a fool that will think that with all the backing Ukraine had before the war and during the war won't make anyone put up resistance. Ukraine is like half of Europe, with a large number of army, war backed by the US. We must have it that the US had bailouts in Ukraine and other promises they must have given Zelensky. The war is going according to plan, but the Western media won't tell you. Ask why beg for more jets and no-fly zone if you are not being decimated. Why blow up bridges so Russians won't come closer? It means they're being defensive. Lesson. No, not be because your guy not to tell you say your chest Ukraine done the big. You Ukraine go house, come challenge your senior brother Russia. When your senior brother Russia beat you finish. I'm only sorry you guys, later go tell you. Now wow. Okay, it is only after the war that actual casualties can be known. I'm telling you. Ukraine want the sky to be closed because they don't have many jet fighters and missiles. Russia know too well that Ukraine don't have strong efforts. The idiot should just leave the let's do it man to man on ground. Sincerely, I've even said that you see our own people here in the National Assembly, sometimes they throw blows, and they throw blows, and even in the news, we see how they come on air and they throw blows, forgetting that people are not even minding whether people are watching them or not. They should, Zelensky and Putin, if you want to go man to man, please feel free, but don't bring others into your issue. Okay, on this note, we've come to the end of the news to say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.